Hi, welcome back. During this segment, we're going to talk about Alexandria's chapter of the American Red Cross because they have underway actually a number of exciting programs. We're only going to be able to talk about a couple this evening. But I have with me on my right a familiar face about town, Christina Richardson, and Daisy Mae Del Rey, her favorite friend, her favorite furry friend, I might add. And Christina, you are now with the American Red Cross, I understand, as being part of the volunteer program, I guess, in fact, in charge of the volunteer program. But you're here tonight to talk to us about a very special program that I know the Red Cross is busy managing. So can you tell us about that?
Certainly. I know a lot of people are familiar with the mission of the Red Cross. We show up in time of disaster. One of our missions is try to help people become ready so that they can respond themselves and
be prepared.
Be prepared. And one of the most popular programs that the Red Cross offers in its health and safety programs is the Pet First Aid.
Is this a new program?
No, it's not a new program. It's fairly new to the Alexandria Chapter of the Red Cross. And it's one of those things that people just don't think about.
Right.
We've been doing, in Del Rey, we have something called First Thursdays. So we've had a table out there at First Thursdays, and people go by and they say, well, you know, I've thought of first aid for my children. You know, what do you do if a child swallows poison or something? But people don't think about, what do I do if my dog burns its paw or hurts itself? Or like my neighbor Clifford, who got hit in the face with a baseball bat and broke his jaw. So what do you do? So that's what this program was created for. It is designed to help an owner or someone who is on the scene to, in those first few moments, to provide that emergency care so that an animal can survive
till you can get
them to the vet.
And Sandy Coughlin is here because she's going to tell us, I guess you just took the class. And Sandy, by the way, is also on the board of directors of the Alexandria Chapter. So
yes.
Sandy, what did you learn? What was it about?
Well, the best thing was just to think through a problem. I mean, if there's an emergency and you have to stabilize your pet before you get it to the vet, what to do. And it's a great course. It's only 4 hours long. It's $50. And during that time, you learn about not only dog first aid, but cat first aid. And you'll actually walk off with these books as well, and they have a DVD in the back to kind of refresh your memory after taking the course.
Well, that's really helpful to have the DVD to pop in, and also probably to show your children at home. So if something happens to the animal in their home, a teenage child's home, that they can pick up.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe at least save it for the moment.
Yeah.
Does this include respiratory? I mean,
it does. You learn how to do animal CPR, which is basically it's mouth to nose resuscitation, and it's very specific. And we go over that in detail because it's different, you know, with a dog and a cat.
Yeah. And so were some of the other ones like trauma, bleeding?
Absolutely, yeah. To stop bleeding. If there's electrical shock, how to remove the animal from the shock. If there's a car accident, how to stabilize the animal before you get them to the vet. So a number of things. Poisoning, what to do in case of poisoning.
And a broken limb?
Absolutely, and how to stabilize that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, so most of the things that you can use, like for a broken limb, I guess you would find around the house?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You could easily roll up a newspaper and use that as a board of some sort, a splint, and then simply tape it around the animal.
I asked that because my canary actually broke its leg, and I had to actually found a bird vet that saved him, and he was fine. But are we forgetting anything? Because I don't want to move on too quickly to the festival.
One thing we're not addressing is that one of the most important things for every pet owner to know is what your animal's baseline behavior and appearance is.
Their temperature.
Their temperature, all those kinds of things. So when you learn that, and then if your animal starts acting strange or something, you can tell the vet, well, this is what it normally is like, just like you do with a child. One of the most important aspects of this is the planning process. Preparing, we all know to prepare a disaster kit for evacuation, for staying in place. all of those things. But you also need that information for your animals, and you need to have emergency numbers, contact people.
A whole little contact sheet.
Contact sheet, and have that, who the vet is, if they're on any medications, just like we would do for children. I think we learned our lesson in Katrina when owners refused to go without their animals, and those who were pulled out, a lot of those animals did not have any ID on them. So we strongly recommend that everyone has the subcutaneous ID implants.
Okay, so one more time. This is I think we're getting the high sign.
Yeah. Now, if people don't have the time to come down and take the course, they can purchase the books. And the books are $16 a piece. And we also have a first aid kit that we sell at the chapter, and it's $25.
Okay, great. Well, thank you two so much. And listen, have a great festival this year. I hope the weather is perfect.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you.
Yes,
See you there.
And that it's one of the best ever, because I know that we need a lot of resources these days. So, thanks to you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Good evening.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.